Hello, friends. It's Nancy from Astrology and Angel Mediums today with another deck unboxing. Now, this is a deck that's been in circulation for a little bit of time, and I have always wanted to get a copy of it, even though I always wanted to get the indie print, just because I have all of the other indie prints from this artist. And so today we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to be walking you through the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. So this is a 78 card deck, just like a traditional tarot deck. And as we can see, there's a lot of colors. It's a little bit different. Some of the artwork, there's a lot of fun. So it is very much a little bit different than some of her other artwork. If you have her Light Seers tarot deck or the Sacred Creators Oracle, it's a little bit different. So this has a nice little message inside. It says, "There's magic and truth. There is truth in my veins, where my blood speaks and soothe, and my mind has no reins." And I love kind of this collage, artistic kind of blend of stuff. So, and then the other side, we have some fish. It looks like sand artwork there. And the cards, there's no edging on them. I think I would add some just because I do love on my Light Seers deck, it's like the cards are black and then there's like this beautiful emerald green on the edges. But here's the guidebook. And as you can see, there's Chris Ann's information. So she's a deck creator, artist, and she is just I love her energy. I've been following her for years and years and years. So it's fun to kind of see people that I have, known online essentially create different things. And I love seeing their stuff. So, and here's just her introduction to the Muse. Like I said earlier, I had wanted the independent version of this that she had printed. And so it just kind of talks about why she called it the Muse, and then how to use this kind of offbeat tarot deck. I love the artwork from this one. I think it's fun. I used to not be so into collage decks, but I think they're growing on me. I don't know, it's because that's what I see more of, but I've been kind of gravitating towards them. I've purchased quite a few collage style decks, and I really am enjoying them. So as you can see, she has some pretty in-depth messages per card to kind of help you connect. Nothing too crazy, so you can still feel free to utilize your own interpretations, or utilize what she's kind of added here, or use the prompts that she has. I like how sometimes she'll have like questions and things like that to kind of ask, as well as a lot of keywords to keep you, a little bit more connected to the messages. So a lot of information. There's no pictures in here, which I think is fun. So it's more concise. It's just letting you know what's going on. A lot of information for the minor cards, which is great. I know people tend to kind of struggle with minor cards, as sometimes we'll just get like keywords and not too much information. So this is nice. And she has like little poems and things for the cards, which I do think is a lot of fun as well. And it looks like she's kind of renamed things. So we have emotions. I'm assuming that's going to be cups. Inspirations, probably wands. Voices is probably swords. And then let's see what she has for materials. Is probably going to be pentacles. All right, so we have about 111 pages, or 109 pages, or 108 pages for the actual guidebook, and then a couple of acknowledgments and some information from Hay House, which is where I purchased this deck from during one of their sales. And I'm going to undo this real fast, and then we will start looking at the cards. If I can get it open. So as I said, we have these beautiful backgrounds that are reversible, so that's fun. And then there is no edges or edging or gilding or anything like that to kind of make it a little bit different. I think I would have maybe have liked a little bit of gilding on this. I have noticed that Hay House has kind of moved away from that. And I know with some cards, they tend to crack. It tends to, kind of move. So this is a pretty thick card stock compared to some of the other decks that I purchased at from this Hay House sale. So that is nice, as I do like a slightly thicker card. They seem to have more of a shiny finish, not quite matte. I don't know if I would even consider this eggshell. So it does have that. It's not like the linen on it. So that is interesting as well. But the backs feel a little bit more matte. All right, let's look at these cards. So here we have the Fool. Again, I just thought it was fun with this collage inspiration. The Magician, the Priestess, not High Priestess, Priestess. The Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength. That's a beautiful Strength card. The Hermit, the Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune, Justice. That is gorgeous. The Hanged Muse instead of the Hanged Man. Death. Ah, that's gorgeous. Temperance, the Devil, the Tower. That's a beautiful Tower card as well. Star, the Moon, the Sun, the Awakening, which is essentially Judgment, the World Cosmos, which is the world, and that is the Major Arcana. I think if I got it right, the inspiration suit is going to be Wands. So here we have the Ace of Wands, or Ace of Inspiration, 2 of Inspiration, 3 of Inspiration, 4 of Inspiration, 5 of Inspiration, 6 of Inspiration, 7 of Inspiration, 8, 9, 10. So I will say the artwork is not very Rider-Waite-Smith. I mean, there's some tones like here. I mean, we can kind of see some similarities between a Rider-Waite-Smith deck with a person kind of getting up to the edge of a cliff. And even here, a magician that has, the different things at the table. And here we can just see, there's like all these bowls kind of carrying something, and then this person carrying things. So if you do prefer more of a Rider-Waite-Smith inspired deck, or utilize that to kind of remind you what the meanings are, I think that this would be maybe a little bit harder unless you know your Rider-Waite-Smith deck and can kind of translate those messages into this. Now, what I do love about Chris Ann's work is that she will kind of talk about why she chose certain things. I don't know if she's doing it in this deck. I know she did it with her Lightseers deck and kind of talked about, what's going on there with the deck's artwork or the card, and why she chose certain artwork and pieces. So I think it's fun. So just keep that in mind if you are someone who's a little bit newer and maybe struggles a little bit with grasping some of the imagery from the Rider-Waite-Smith and using it for your translations or your interpretations. Now, if you're someone who's more into the intuitive reading, is more inspired by what you're seeing, this might be something that is good because it may challenge that. So here we have the Page of Inspiration, the Knight of Inspiration, Queen of Inspiration, and then I love that it's the sideways card, the Muse instead of the King. So if we move on to Cups, here we go. We have some little fish. So we have the Ace of Emotions, the Two of Emotions, 3, the 4. So there's some like similarities, if that makes sense. We're seeing kind of similar things. Here we have someone with the cups and they're inside of a cup. The 5 of emotions, the 6 of emotions. So there is still like that kind of tie back to what the meanings of the card is if you have an understanding of it. The 7 of emotions, the 7 of emotions. I don't know if I cut myself off there for a second. The 8 of emotions, the 9 of emotions, and the 10 of emotions. Here we have the page, the knight, the queen, and then we have the muse. I think it's cool that the cards kind of go sideways on this. All right, so now we can move on to the ace of voices. So this is going to be the sword suit. There's a 2, 3, the 4, the 5, 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10. Again, that's a beautiful 10 of swords. We have the page, the knight, queen. Ah, that's a beautiful card. I think I'm really liking the sword suit. And then the muse of voices, which is going to be the king. And I really love that she kind of shifted this to go sideways. And finally, we have the pentacle suit, or the the material suit. And this is going to be the ace of pentacles or ace of materials, the 2 of materials, the 3, the 4, 5 of materials. That's a beautiful card. 6, 7 of materials, the 8 of materials, the 9, the 10. And then here we go with the page, the knight, the queen, and then finally, as we saw earlier, the muse. So that is the entire deck. And let's see how this little puppy shuffles. So I usually don't do well with shuffling bigger decks like this because, again, I have very small hands. So we're going to see, and I have nails. We're going to see how this works. I don't think I'm going to do a very good job of shuffling these guys. I think it might take me quite a few turns of shuffling these guys to try to get them well shuffled and well mixed. But they are kind of coming together very easily, so that is nice. All right, try to shuffle them a little bit more so you can kind of see how this reads. And I did it a few more times. Let's see. Have the Queen of Emotions. It's beautiful. The Hanged Muse. And the Hierophant. Okay, maybe I didn't shuffle them that great because I'm getting a couple majors here. And the Knight of Materials. Okay, I think it may be pretty shuffled. So that is the Muse Tarot. Let me know. Is this a deck that you have in your collection? Are you a fan of these collage style kind of visually interesting decks? Or are you more of a traditionalist? Do you like more simple things? I'm excited to see how this deck reads and to kind of utilize this in one of my private practices. For one of my altars. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this deck unboxing. As always, please take care, stay safe, and make good choices. And there you go. Bye.